So I know some people that are struggling. They're really, really great, syndicators and asset owners. They are struggling with these interest rates and things, but they've gotten very creative on figuring out that solution and how they're going to fix things for their investors and, weather these storms of the interest rates and everything else. So
what are some creative solutions at this point? We've defined the problem and the challenge, but I mean, what I guess even maybe it's preventative solutions beforehand that people could have done or should have done, and maybe are feeling a little bit like they've lost at this point.
That's a really good question, and I wish I could sit here and say, "Hey, here are all of the answers," gift wrapped into a little package. But I think there's a lot that goes into this, as to how you could have prevented that. Gosh, you know, I think finding out how long people have been in the space and what their track record is really important. I go in and partner with people that haven't been doing things for 2 or 3 years. They've been doing this for 20 years and they've gone through the hard times. And I think even just finding out what those struggles are that they've gone through and how they navigated it and what they did for their investors during that time frame. So I know some people that are struggling. They're really, really great, syndicators and asset owners. They are struggling with these interest rates and things, but they've gotten very creative on figuring out that solution and how they're going to fix things for their investors and, weather these storms of the interest rates and everything else. So I think asking those questions, how are you navigating what's going on now? How have you navigated past challenges? And how did you treat your investors during that time period? How did that trickle down to investors? We have a Bitcoin mining fund, and during Texas, it was really, really hot this last summer, and we had our devices shut off for like 6 months during the daytime because of the heat. And so during that time frame, we didn't take management fees. There were a lot of things that we did to make sure that, nothing translated over into our investors. And I think those are the kinds of things that you have to look at. What are people doing? How are they getting creative? And how are they focusing on the solutions?